sub live. I don't know what happened. Hold on. Sorry for those of you that are here. It's supposed to be a sub live only. Why did it switch? Oh no. It switched on me at the last minute. Sorry. Sorry. It's supposed to be a sub live only, you guys. It switches sometimes. Thanks, Shane. I apologize to you guys. It was supposed to be a sub live. It canceled on me at the last minute. I don't know. Hello, Keith. How are you? Hello, my subscribers. Hello, Les. You made it. Hello. Sorry to all of those who were on. Good morning to everybody. However, Tuesday, Thursdays are only sub lives only. To try to give me some peace and quiet. I deal with enough trolls throughout the day. Sometimes it's nice to have it easy peasy lemon squeezy. I know you guys are getting hammered. It is not as cold today. The fog's here, so it's perfectly nice. I have shorts on today. Hello from Stacy and Joe in New Jersey. I got my New Jersey shirt on today. Thanks, Keith. I appreciate it. Today, Taz, it's Tuesday. Tuesday. It's the day of thy woman. The day of the sob. The day of the strong ass bitch that people hate. Remember, it's our day today. It's the women of this world who make the world go round and keep it going. Majority of women. Today is the day that you love thy female. You hug her. You appreciate her. And you thank her for all the hard work she has done and continues to do. You tell her she's your badass bitch. You tell her she means the world to you. And you tell her thank you for everything she does. That's it. Hi, Darwin. Dylan's wrong. Yes, it's Susan, I agree with you. The constructive criticism, I was kind of going through some of the comments that I have read lately, and there's no constructive criticism. Trolls use that as an excuse because they think in their minds it's constructive, but it's really not. Gray. Yes, I do. And do it now, men. Love thy wife, love thy partner, love thy friend, love thy mother. Susan, it was funny because I had a friend voice message me after that live last night. And and like I told her, am I stubborn? Yes. Am I defensive? Mostly. But I'm a realist, and I see things for what they are. Now, people can always misconstrue the written word, but the women who leave them, it's not misconstrued whatsoever. It is there. No, I know. Of course I understand. It is there, and it's obnoxious, and it's obvious. Most of these women who come on my page and leave their constructive criticism, their opinions, they're repeat offenders, right? They're women who are threatened by me for whatever reason, or just plain don't like me, and that's okay. But that's their excuse. They justify, they want validation by saying, especially when Dan calls them out on it, well, it's just constructive criticism. No, it's hate. It's bullying. Because when I give a friend constructive criticism, it's not done the way they do it. And here's the thing. I just have a really hard time listening. That's okay, Goodman. Colin, look. Not at my breasts, the shirt. All for you, baby cakes. All for you. Don't be scared. You know, you're entitled to your opinions as well. And don't do it. It's social media. People might jump on your ass for defending me, but that's their problem. And so, yes, Dan and I have always agreed to disagree on this subject. Doesn't mean he doesn't support me. It just means he's trying to do his job as as an attorney. He's trying to convince the jury otherwise, but I don't need to convince the social media jury to like me or to see what my truth really is. It's up to them. But the words are there. They're clear as day. They're meant to attack. They're meant to hurt. Now, do I get defensive sometimes? Yes. And I think most everybody would. In my situation. And my friend points out, she's like, but you have to learn to appreciate your village, your community. You have such a huge community that supports your badassness. There's a huge community like myself that loves you, and we see your true colors. We know who you are because we appreciate you. We love you, and we are here to support you. And I know that. I thank you every day. But like I told her, the trolls prove what I preach every day, right? Hi, Janice. The trolls prove they're my subjects because I talk about kindness. I talk about keeping your eyes open. I talk of being supportive. I talk about all those things, and then they come in with their ugliness, and it proves my point. It shows me, it validates everything I say to you guys and to myself. Right? Now, if it was really constructive criticism, I don't want it from a stranger. There's something different to be said for somebody who really doesn't know you. Now, somebody who knows me and who has taken the time to get to know me and learn my patterns, my personality, and know my truth. Now, when they say, hey, Danielle, maybe you should attack it this way, or maybe you should, I will listen to them. I don't get defensive. Maybe a little bit, depending on what it is, but I can own it. And that's my truth, is owning it, even when I'm in the wrong or being hypocritical. Those are the things that I preach. We're all flawed. We all make mistakes. We all do stupid shit. But the point of the matter is you need to own it, learn from it, and fix it. Just like with the point I made last night with, I have a grudge, right? And I talk about not holding grudges. But in the same vein, I always say, it's still stuff that you have to work on about Dan's ex-partner and costing us so much money. Yes, I hold a grudge. Yes, he robbed me of money. Yes, he robbed me of a future we had planned for that money. Yes, I still hold a little grudge. And if I saw him in public, I would probably punch him in the nose because he's an arrogant ass, right? But I'm not perfect, right? I make mistakes. I still have anger that I'm trying to work on. Now, I've let it go a lot more than I had in the past because time heals. But yes, the things that I preach about are the things that I myself are working on. And I will be in a constant state of working, right? Because I too am not done learning. I too am not done evolving. And I too need to let things go. plain and simple. Once again, you guys know I don't ever preach perfection. I preach failures. I preach, my insecurities. I preach things because I'm still working on them, right? It's a learning process for me, and most everybody it should be. The measurement. I didn't even know what the hell those were, Kay. So I try to talk about my real life, right? The things that I'm dealing with, the things that I see as a 49-year-old, almost 50-year-old woman who has gained a lot of wisdom from her experiences, right? I have gained wisdom from loss, from sadness, from, interpersonal relationships with my husband, and learning and growing from those things and trying to be a better human. And I've learned to be stronger and to believe in myself. Now, I believe in myself for the first time in all my life, and I toot my own horn about that because I think it's something very proud. I think I would love to wear it openly, and I think I do by coming on social media every day and talking about it. So people don't like it, people don't understand me, and that's okay. I'm not going to please everyone, and I'm not here to. But for those of you who show up every day, for those of you who come and give me support and rally against the troops, the trolls, thank you. And I hope there isn't a day that goes by that you don't think I value you, that you don't think I appreciate you, and that you don't think I don't love you in a way that I do. I look for your names every day. And when you're not here, I worry about you. That's it. But I appreciate you. I just unfortunately have to use, my speakings and my preaching and all those things. And the trolls every day give me an example of the things I'm trying to talk about. They're my subjects. So anyhow, it's not meant to be mean to them or retaliation. In a way, it's just trying to get them to open up their minds. That's it. And to prove my point. See what I mean? Ed is inside. I just got a little text saying he's in the kitchen. Most likely he's putting the bowl away because I forgot to do that. And Dan already left. So, anywho, I love y'all. And honestly, without my support system and my troops behind me, I wouldn't be here today. And I said that again, without you guys and the trolls, I would not feel the way I do. I would not feel empowered. I will not feel as confident as I do. Every day is a learning experience. Every day I learn from my interactions. Every day I deal with it head on, whether I want to or not, whether I see it or not. It is not an easy feat for somebody in my situation. Women are very emotional, we're reactive, and to see those things every day and to not understand how people are so close-minded and not see the truth behind what I do. It's a battle. It's a struggle because I want to shake them and be like, are you guys that stupid? Are you that ignorant that you're just so focused on my surfacey shit that you can't see the big picture? And that's what Dan talks about. Y'all, who cares what she has on the surface? Look at what she does day in and day out. But people see, and it's not just me, it's the world. Their judgments and assumptions are made within the first minute they see somebody. They're either going to be curious, they're either going to not like them for what they see, they're going to judge them based on the way they look, the color of their skin, what they say. It's ugly out there. And it's not fair. And that's all I'm trying to do, is to open up people's eyes. And all I try to do is make y'all aware that, look, it's not something we fully succeed at. It's the constant evolution of ourselves as people. I trip every day, right? Anger, bringing up the past, not doing well with my caregiving skills because I'm not at my best, or whatever it is. I bring that up because that defines me. My reality is your reality, right? And the people who sit and criticize others when they're trying to display their imperfections and they use them against you. It's ugly. That's not constructive criticism. That is not constructive criticism. How do people not see that? You know, how does my husband not see that? Why do people convince themselves that what they're writing is truth? Because what they're writing is meant to tear that person down. So, anywho, again, the trolls are my muse. The trolls are my subjects because they write. They literally write. It's like Dan giving me my content on a platter. The trolls prove that what I'm saying is accurate. 100%. No, and they don't, and that's the thing. People's what they say, people's perceptions are a reflection on themselves, right? Perception is their reality. Because they feel one way, or they are one way, they assume everybody else is the same way. But they are really, in turn, criticizing and judging themselves. Yes. Betty, it's true. Thank you for being a CNA. That's a long ass time. Shit, girl. How you did it. Hannah lasted only 4 or 5 months doing it. And then she was out. So basically, you know, that's my reality. I don't claim to be perfect. I don't claim, am I defensive? Absolutely. When 10% of your day is spent being attacked, ridiculed, made fun of, bullied, you know, you can't help but to assume that that is what everybody's getting at. But I guarantee you, if y'all read 3/4 of those comments, you would actually see that it ain't constructive. It's downright ugly. That's it. So anywho, I can't be beat. And that's one thing, Justin, again, I thank my community for realizing that I am valued, you know, I am liked. People do appreciate the things that I provide. People like to listen. People like to show their support. And the trolls give me that sense of pride because they've toughened up my skin. They have showed me, right, that that's not how I want to be. They show me that that was my ugliness too for a while. They show me to keep my motherfucking eyes open and to keep learning and keep changing. Because I'm here before you guys, trying to make you laugh, right? Trying to make fun of marriage and the bantering and the bickering that happens within it. I'm here because I'm the same way. I'm human. I'm emotional. I'm menopausal. I have anxiety. I take medication. Normalization of real life shit. I will not post facades. I will not act and not be myself. I cuss. I'm crass. But I'm still human. And I work my ass off every day. Not always with a smile, but I do it. I take care of my family. I take care of my responsibilities. I try to take care of myself. Because if I'm not at my best self, I can't do my job. I can't do it. And when I wasn't sleeping, I couldn't look at my husband because I was so angry at him. Because how could you not see everything I do? How could you not see that I need sleep? How are you that selfish to wake me up every time you get up? How do you think it's okay to turn on the light, turn on the TV, eat, wake me up? Why? I don't have a problem sleeping. Well, sometimes I do, menopause. But for the most part, so selfish. So selfish when I'm the one running around this house like a chicken with my head cut off. Plain and simple. Heaven is said. Plain and simple. That's why I left. And I can tell you when I wake up in the morning now, I don't have a scowl on my face at my husband. I'm not angry at him. That is important to me. That is important to my relationship, and that is important for my caregiving abilities. Yeah, Mars is completely different. Remember, girlfriend, husband of 26 years. But yes, I need it. Well, her husband is from Denmark to curfew. Oh, you're talking about Heather. So anywho, that's just, sleeping upstairs has been the best thing for me. Now, right, honeymoon phase, bruh. Honeymoon phase. So, for me, listening to him, talk about how now he no longer supports me being upstairs because he misses a piece of that relationship. Makes me feel guilty. Makes me feel like shit. Well, before you were okay with it, right? And he says, I still am okay with it, but those are my feelings. It makes me feel bad. But in the same sense, I'm thinking to myself, no, the selfish side of me. Fuck you, I ain't coming back, Jack. I need my sleep. I sleep finally. It took me months to get used to him not being by my side. We have slept together forever. Now I'm sleeping. Unless menopause or Ed wakes me up, I sleep. That's priceless. That is priceless. I don't want to go back. I love him, but I don't want to go back and do it all over because I can't go back. No. I don't want to go back because sleeping is wonderful and I just can't go back. I know. No. Chelsea, I won't even I'm not sacrificing the one thing that is really important for me. I will not give up. I just can't. I won't do it. Dan's about a 4 hour. Well, hold on. Dan's sleeps well, 4 hours straight. I can't caregive. I can't be my ultimate self. I cannot go back. I was miserable. I was angry. I was unhappy. And sleep deprivation does all that. Hi, Slick. Yeah. If I think it's better for me and Dan, right? Not necessarily better for Dan and me, but for me, I was attacking. I was angry. I was literally, I couldn't look at him without being so angry because my whole premise was, how can you be so selfish? How can you be so selfish? I am constantly moving. I cannot continue to do this. He's like, well, I don't sleep. Okay. So because you don't sleep, Therefore, you should keep me up. That's a crock of shit, and that is so selfish. Especially knowing, my responsibilities. So it has helped me with my relationship with him, because when that was happening, I wasn't happy. I was so angry at him. And sometimes he didn't realize that he was waking me up. Sometimes he didn't realize that. Susie got great, I think. And plus, he's always had sleeping problems. And that's what I said. I said, just because you have the sleeping problems doesn't manifest it into me. I need it. Anyhow, and it's hard for me, Justin, because when I hear him say that, it gives me a certain amount of guilt. And then I think to myself, but I can't. I would be so miserable if I went back. And he understands it, but he still misses it. Happy birthday, Jenna. Happy birthday. Have a great day. Anyhow. Bye, Jeff. Dry up. Rising again. I don't think I'm ready. Yeah, I don't know what that means, Mars. Hi, Feisty. Yeah, so for me, it's really good. It's been a blessing because I don't attack him all the time. I know some of you are thinking you do. Not that attacking, not the poking. That was fun. That is fun. He participates in it. He loves it. I got a good one this morning when he's up. My perfect time is the morning time. That's when I attack the best, the fun time. Anyhow. B, this is orange. This is orange. Isn't that crazy? So I slept really good yesterday. So I not only took like an hour, 2-hour nap off and on, I fell asleep. I slept hard. My body is just burnt out. Yeah, that chip video. Ugh, Dan. That's him in the morning. It's crazy. I don't know why we feel guilt, because we're empaths, because we are wives, we are mothers, and we want to please everybody. That's why I want to make everybody happy, but I can't, because sometimes making everybody happy, I forget about myself, right? I forget about myself, and I have forgotten about myself for years, because I put everybody else before me. And for the most part, I still do, but I'm fighting to make sure that I continue to honor myself, like sleeping upstairs. Today is a cupping day. I was gonna cancel, right? I was gonna cancel, and I said, no, why? My elbow's hurting. My neck is tight. Why would I do that to myself? I deserve to go. Because we do that to ourselves, Kay. We beat ourselves up because our role as women, think about it. From the caveman days, what did we do? We cooked, we cleaned, we took care of the children. That's the societal standard. Who cares about us? Nobody. We are meant to be self-sufficient. We are meant to care for others. We are not meant to care for ourselves. That's the truth. That's the reality of life, right? And that's why most of us look haggard, tired, because it's innate. We are born, most of us are born, by Justin, with that innate ability. It's an innate thing that we as women have. Care for others before yourselves. You're a mom. We feed humans from our body. We grow them in our body. We care for them. We nurture them. We clean them. Same with our husbands. Leave it to Beaver. Hello. Dinner's on the table right when the man gets home. His laundry's pressed, clothes folded, house clean. Where do we fit in? Where do we fit in? But yet, we still do it because we do it to ourselves. June fucking Cleaver. And unfortunately, you know, the old generation, like Ed's generation, that's the way they grew up. The wife stayed home to cook, to clean, to take care of the kids. The woman doing her job. That was her primary job as a wife, was to take care of the family while the husbands worked and brought home the bacon. And today it's the same way, right? A lot of men still have that mentality. They throw it in my face every day, right? They tell me every day, God, you're really disrespectful for a man who provides for you. Ew. Hi, Maddie. Welcome. Ew. Ew. Man, is that ugly. And man, is that horrendous. And you know, not only do men say that, women tell me the same thing. Aren't you a spoiled little brat? Your husband provides for you. What do? You should be thankful. You should pleasure him whenever he wants. What? Ew. Ew. And ew. The way I was raised by a single mother is fuck that. Fuck that. I enter a joint union for 50-50 work. 50-50. Ew. And when you don't take care of me in the same vein, but I'm supposed to drop to my knees every day, for what? Because he makes the money? Ew. Fucking ew. That's not the way I was raised. I was raised by mom, a single mom, who worked her ass off to show me that women too can stand alone. Women too don't have to be defined by societal standards. Women too can take care of themselves and do not rely on men. My mom said that the whole time I was growing up. Fuck that. You do you. You get your education. You fall back and you take care of yourself. Do not ever think you are less than worthy, because you, my daughter, are important as hell. Do not allow any man to treat you any other way other than respect, loyalty, and love you with all their might. This isn't a 1950s fucking generational time warp. This is reality. It takes two. I stayed home to raise my kids. Dan didn't want the kids to be raised in a daycare. I stayed home. I managed the house because that was my job. I made it my job. Dan never ever told me what I needed to do. He never. Yeah, he's in the kitchen, for sure. It's a partnership. He never once told me how to do my job. I never once told him how to do his job. We have a partnership. He took care of one side, I took care of the other. And that's the way it worked for us. That's what he wanted. That's what I wanted. And that's what we did. Because I can tell you what, my job still continues. And I still have one of the hardest jobs out there. And so do all you who are still doing it. My job doesn't retire. My job continues until the day I die. My job is 24/7. His job's done for the most part. You know, he's filtering out of law. He's doing social media, which he enjoys. And he hasn't picked up any slack. And yes, I too am now providing once again for my family. I too am making money and have been in the last year. I too am contributing to the household by doing the shit I do on social media. So now what? It's not a one-sided deal. Marriage is a two-sided coin. That's it. Marriage, we all should be on the same path. We all should be on the same page. And it's not always, the case, right? Dan and I constantly disagree on things, but that's okay. I don't have to bow down to everything he says, and vice versa. Marriage is a meeting of the minds. Marriage is asking how your partner is doing. Marriage is supporting each other in the house. Marriage is through thick and thin, richer or poorer, death, bad health, and health. It is through it all. It's a partnership. It takes two. Fuck the 1950s, 1940s, and so on. Fuck the caveman days. I want my women to be independent. I want my kids to be able to stand on their 2 feet, and I want my kids to have an equal balance in their relationships. The men eat first. God, I hate that. There's some major triggers in life. Hi, Tina. Hi, Alex. Those things really irk my soul. It is. It's why is it so, men are far superior to women. That is an old tradition. That is back in the olden days. Why can't we change that? Why is it that way still? Oh, Chaz, that's amazing. That's what I'm talking about. Change the course of what we did generation to generation. It is a misogynistic world, and it's so sad. I remember watching, Change That Home. Yeah, I knew what you meant. Because she said, fuck this shit. I'm changing the journey. I'm changing the path for my family. Fuck you. I am woman. Hear me roar. Hi, Jerry. Maddie, lazy. I'm tired today. They are natural leaders, which is the way it should be. Men? I don't think so. I think I'm more of a leader than my husband is. I'm the leader in my house. And my husband is no, my husband's fake, no, he's real. I feel like women, some men maybe are leaders, but I don't know. I think every relationship I know today, mostly the women are the leaders. The men are just like, I don't want to deal with that. You deal with it. You make more money than me. High five, bitch. That's the way it should be. So they go to me and takes care of me. I love that though. And some people don't mind the old generational stuff. I wouldn't do well. I wouldn't do well in the men first thing. Fuck that. Men first? Why? Because in my house, I am the boss. In my house, I run the roost. I am the leader. Fuck that. If anything, I should be sitting down and you should serve me. Dan should be serving me. Fuck that. Fuck that. Lord. I don't like I don't do well with that. I remember one time when I was little, and I remember seeing, in Asian cultures, the men are always walking in front of the women. I'm self-sufficient too. So, it always bothered me. The cultural shit always bothered me. Why does he walk in front of his wife? What happens if she trips and falls? What happens? What happens? What is she not? He doesn't even look back at her to see if she's okay. He just keeps walking. I don't like that. That makes me sad. I think I have such a strong, because my mama, yeah, she would, if she fell, what the hell? He wouldn't even know. He'd be a mile down the road and get to their destination and his wife would be nowhere there. Do I think about the next stage of my life? Oh, Elizabeth, I'm going to tell you something. I'm scared. I'm really scared for my next phase of life. And this is going to be sad because y'all are going to think it's really sad because it really is. I worry that I'm not going to get enough time. Having two parents die early, I'm fearful that my fate is soon. And it's only because that's what I know, right? So I'm scared. I'm scared that by the time Ed passes, something's going to be wrong. And we're not going to be able to live the next phase because, I don't know. I don't want to put it out there in the meeting. I'm in the meeting. Ava wrote meeting and I read that. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared that I'm going to leave my kids too early. I'm scared that I won't see my grandbabies because my kids are not marrying as soon as I am. I'm scared that this is my only time to be able to live life the way I should have been. I'm scared that it's not going to be there when Ed dies. I'm scared. I'm scared. And there you have it. I should be doing my thing now. I should be traveling the world now. I should have no responsibilities. I've already done that. But here I am. I just can't help it. My words are that I'm so depressed I don't make enough effort to see my grandparents. I would say you need to make more effort. If there's any words of advice I could give everyone is don't cut off your nose to spite your face, right? If you're mad at your parents, aunts, uncles, whatever, let it go. If you're not making enough effort to go see your grandparents, stop. Do it. Because the only burden of guilt is going to be left on you, not them. And Alex, you know what? So be it. So be it. If your mom is that stubborn and that, you have to do it. I would do shit like that too. Let it go. Because at the end of the day, they may go before you. At the end of the day, If they go before you, that's going to be your cross to bear. And at the end of the day, let me tell you, it's going to suck feeling those things. Do it. See them. Be better. Be better for yourself. Because I'm telling you, the guilt that you have to live with after one's death is horrible. I know, Alex. And we got to do what's best for us. Honestly. My grandparents were so important to me, I couldn't imagine not seeing them. And they lived in a different state, so I didn't have the ability to go see them as much as I wanted to. It was awful, Maddie, and I helped somebody see that, and they went and saw their dad before he passed. And that was the best gift she probably gave to herself, was letting it go and being there. It's not worth it. I promise you, and anybody who's had the same experiences as me and has, cut off their nose to spite their face on principles, where are the fucking principles? Where do they go when they die? Where do they go? They're stuck with fucking you. So much for your fucking principles. So much of seeing, and that's the thing is, Slick, your situation is completely different. I don't know. And unfortunately, you are stuck at the mercy of your son. And unfortunately, one day he's going to be sorry. It is horrible. I should have done more. I should have been there more. I should have let things go, especially with my dad. Because the regrets that I live with every day are hard. They're hard. Especially with my dad. Like my mom, I have regrets that, stupid stuff that I remember. And Dan was being an ass at the time, and he didn't want to babysit his kids, the type of thing. And I missed out. Knowing my mom would have been dead, I think I would have said, fuck you, I'm going. At the time. But those things you can't help. Situational shit. But holding grudges, trying to teach somebody a lesson. Slick, that's wrong of your daughter. For your daughter to tell you that, if you were a better mother, maybe your son wouldn't be dead, that is not nice. That's anger, and that's just being mean because she's angry. You gotta just understand that. That's something you shouldn't take personal. But yes, if you listen to me, do not hold back. The thing is that what we need to realize is, like we've talked about before, our brains are all wired differently. We see things differently than others. Our spouses, our kids, whatever. We feel differently, right? We all feel, but it's just different. Things affect us differently. You can never teach somebody a lesson. You can never teach somebody a lesson, because if they don't see it the way you see it, what lesson is that for them? Do you think every time I'm silent with my husband, he knows? He just thinks in his mind, well, I don't know what I did. What's she pissed off at now? But never takes the effort to find out why. I know why. I think he should know why, but they don't know. Because their brains aren't like ours. And that's a lesson I learned too late in life. The times I wouldn't talk to my mom because she pissed me off when she was drinking and I was angry, instead of voicing and say, Mom, I'm not talking to you right now because you're drinking, I would say, gotta go, and hang up on her and then not talk to her until she called me. Because I was mad. But does she understand why I was mad? Maybe she thought she knew, but most likely she didn't know. Confront the issues. Deal with them. Don't, unless now they, unless The only time, unless they're crossing boundaries, unless they've hurt you, unless they have, physically harmed you in some way, and you can't keep up that level of, or that relationship for whatever reason. Now, there's different circumstances, but if it's just stupid shit, don't hold grudges, because it's too late. They could die tomorrow, and how would you feel? And that's the only thing that I can tell you. That's the only thing that I can support. That's the only thing I can do, is tell you how I lived and what my regrets are in my lifetime. It's like you have to. The thing is if you've done everything, and I don't know your situation, so it's really hard for me to answer on it. But if you're doing everything in your power, and you haven't self-harmed your children in any way, and you've been doing the best you can do as a mom, then you have done the right thing, right? You can't help what your kids see. You can't help what your kids feel. You can't help what they're doing to you now. The only thing you can do is be available for when they change their mind, and hope it's not too late. And hope it's not too late. But you have to realize if you've done all you can do, then that's all you could do, is do just that. We cannot control our kids once they're pissed off at us for whatever reason. I tell my kids everything. I've done the best I can do. I can't go back. I can't change time. Maybe what I did wasn't the right thing all the time, but I still loved you through it all. I still care for you, and I thought at the time I was doing the best I could do. And if you hold a grudge against me for that, well, I can't change that. I can't go back to change that. And if I could, I most likely would have. We have to just go towards the future, because that's the only thing we can correct and control. We can't control the past. And that's the truth. There has been many circumstances where I've had friends have bad relationship with their parents. Some of them very warranted, right? Some of them very warranted, and some of them, I don't blame them for their actions. But others of them, it's stupid. And if I can tell them please just to listen to me from my experience, change the course now. Because really, when they're gone, that's not going to mean anything. And you're going to want that time back. That's it. Susan, unfortunately, that's the only thing you can do, just like Slick. I'm still here if you ever change your mind. And if I die before the time you come, I love you. And then that's all you can do. You can't force them to do something they don't want to. You can't force them to see something they don't want to see. You just hope they get their shit together. And if not, sorry, I don't know. There's nothing you can do. We're stuck, right? Well, Slick, if that's the reason, then your kids are horrible people. Honestly. By remarrying their father, if you interfered with their inheritance for any way, then that's kind of sick for your kids. It's hard. It is hard to move on. Alex, I know. I'm an infamously stubborn grudge holder. Linda, me too. Time machines would come in handy. You do. And, I just hope nothing bad happens amongst my kids, with my kids and me and their relationships. That's all we can do. I would like to think it won't, but the weirdest shit happens. Sometimes it is. And that's what I said, Elizabeth. Sometimes it is better to move on. You only know, the boundaries. Nothing in my life was better to move on from. But I thought by doing it the way I did, showed them, taught them a lesson, In retrospect, what I did with my dad was prove his point. It catered to his insecurities as a dad, as a man. It made him probably, I'm not going to say caused his mental illness, but it didn't help it. It didn't help it. But it made him validate his reasons for feeling the way he did, which eventually took his life. Now, could I have changed the path? Could I have changed his thought process? Probably not. But the guilt I have is the guilt of not trying and not telling him I love you. You are enough for me. And, 15, 16 years later of him being dead, realizing as I got older, the wisdom that I gained, he was enough. He was enough. Despite his own issues, he was enough. And I never told him that. I made him feel less than because I was angry. Because I was hurt. And that's the only way I knew how to punish him. How horrible is that? Horrible. But that's what I live with. It doesn't go away. It's still there. But I wish I did better. I wish I did better. My mom will be dead 18 years next month. So my dad, I think, will be 16 in May. I think he'll be 16 years in May. It was a 2-year difference. So my dad shot himself in the head in January of 2006. So my mom died in February of 2006. My dad in February. He shot himself in January, I believe, or during the, I can't remember, but I remember my mom was almost dead at that point. We didn't know it, but so I think I was early 30s, 31, 32. So my mom ended up dying over a month later, and I was angry, very angry. My dad lived for 2 years, but not his best life, right? Because they couldn't remove the bullet, and the bullet eventually killed him, which they knew would most likely give him a stroke. I stopped talking to him. Yeah, because I was angry. I was angry. I was hurt. Here it was, my mom was trying to live and he was trying to leave. He was trying to unalive himself. My mom happened to be there when I got that phone call at my house. And I have never seen her so angry in her entire life. I will never forget that day. The words that came out of her mouth, the things that she said about him, and it was valid. It was valid. She wanted to live. She wanted to be here. And here he was trying to run. Being in that situation, in that predicament, with my mom dying, my dad trying to kill himself, my mom wanting to live, my dad, and being, in my own drama, in my own life, in my own marriage struggles. And I just remember hanging up the phone listening to my mom when I told her. And I just remember standing there like, is this seriously? Like almost like it was an out-of-body experience, you know? And I just remember just sitting, like I could see myself, like I was outside looking in and going, what the fuck is happening? Right? Is this my life? It sure was. It sure was. So, yes, regrets, people. Don't do what I did because you're hurting. Change the course. Suck it up. One of the hardest things, like I said, I have to live with is the fact that I never said goodbye. I never told him I loved him before he died. That sucks. Don't do that. Not fun. So don't do that. I tell my kids that all the time. You can be angry at your dad, you know, all you want. You can be angry at me. But don't do something that you will regret one day. You know what I mean? Don't do it. Appreciate the things that he's good at, that he does, and vice versa. Because the pain that is left inside you, within you, for doing the wrong thing, and the thing that you think is valid at the time, is the most painful thing you will ever deal with. It's more painful than anger. More painful than anger. Sadness. I know, Emily Jones, and I was just telling them, I don't know if you were here when I said it. I changed your course. I changed Emily Jones over here. She was on one day when she listened to me talk about that, and she went, and she was the girl, snot's dripping down my nose. She was the girl who went and saw her dad and was with him for 2 weeks before he passed, because she listened to my story. And when she wrote me and told me that, I cried. I cried. I cried. Like, how could I ever be that powerful to change somebody's course? She got those 2 weeks with her father. And let me tell you, it was good for her and it was good for him. And let me tell you now, she wishes she would have done it a lot sooner. But I said, don't think about that. Don't think about that. Think about if you weren't here that day, listening to me share this story, feel my pain, you would have never gotten those 2 weeks that you got. Because of my fucking story. That's real life shit. Jennifer, you too. That's real life shit. Being able to touch people by just talking and having that relatability with people. That's why I come back every day. I come back every day because you guys make me a better person. And really, somebody asked last night, somebody asked me and they said, well, I don't understand how social media helped you keep Ed. And I think I explained it, but I don't know. Did I explain it to the because I thought about that again with what I said. You guys make me a better person. By you guys being here every day, letting me talk, letting me vent, letting me just make sense of reality, letting me do all sorts of things with y'all. You know, those are my coping mechanisms. But when I'm preaching and when I'm working through shit, I'm working through shit. And you help me work through that shit, right? It's not the perfection shit. It's still the shit that I'm still working on to be a better human, to have better understanding, to have more empathy, to care more. And because of the support and because of the negativity, it allowed me to see my true self. It allowed me to open up. It allowed me to work on myself. It allowed me to let things go. Not always perfect. Not always perfect. But he's still here 2 years later. And the way it was going, had I not had something that gave me that magical, let it go moment, he would probably be dead.
Good show today.
Huh?
Good show.
He probably would have been dead.
I was listening.
Oh, you were? Thank you. He probably would have been dead. Because Mark couldn't do it on his own anymore. Mark, I didn't think I was going to be able to do it. And Dan was like, Mark, we're going to have to go look. We're going to have to go find a place for it. I figured out a way. But y'all helped me. You all helped me. So, maybe that's why sometimes I'm extra defensive. Because it makes me emotional, right? Because I let go of a lot. Don't do it perfectly. But I know that perfectly is not a necessity. He's here. He's thankful. And I'm doing the best I can. Oh, Erica. And you all made me realize that by talking, by venting, by normalizing shit, by seeing your experiences, by reading your thoughts, your valid opinions, not the aggressive ones, the opinions of others that are kind, supportive, boosted me up. I started believing in myself. I started working through my own shit. I started seeing the things that I didn't like in myself. I started changing the important things. And you feel powerful in a way. You feel powerful in a way because all of a sudden you are this lonely woman. And I felt, as my numbers grew, I felt powerful. I felt like I had the love and the support, right? I kind of came to you guys to lift me up. I still do, right? I still do. I come to you guys because I know at the end of the day, at the end of the live, I'm going to be lifted up. You guys make me smile. You guys remind me throughout the day when I'm having a bad moment. Y'all pop in my head and I'm like, fuck, I need to be better. I don't want to, but I need to be, That's what helps you. That's what helps me. And so, here I am, still doing it. Here I am, still trying to survive. And here I am, still trying to pass on my wisdom from my personal experiences. Matter. You guys helped me. You guys helped me keep him here. You helped Dan. People say, well, just remember, you're only a star because of Ed. Okay, if that's how you want to see it, right? If that's how you want to see it, then I guess see it that way. I'm a star because of you. I'm a star because along this ride, I have learned. I am a star because I have developed my own platform and I am speaking real life shit. I'm not afraid to tell you things. Ed gave me a platform, you're right. He helped me. He developed me. He made me a better person by giving me this platform. So did my husband, by pushing me to do it. And same with other people on here who helped me along the way. People behind the scenes. The encouragement is important in everybody's life. The support is important in everybody's life. If only Ed can see us now. If only Ed could see the creation that he's created, he would be so proud. He would be so proud. He would be so proud of his son. He would be so proud of me. And he would be in the front seat clapping along the whole way. He would. And out of all the years of frustration and anger and stubbornness with that man, and and watching him eat and listening to him eat, he has given me something, a great gift, a great gift. But I had to do the work. I had to do the work. I had to do the work because it wasn't easy. It was not easy. So yeah, okay, but I'm still doing it every day. I'm still working on myself. I'm still trying to maintain a certain level of patience for him until his last breath. But I will always thank him finally for something. Not only for giving me his son, but for giving me a purpose. Never would have seen that one coming. In all my years with that man, never would have seen that coming. Would have never seen that he was ever going to gift me with something that defines me today, that helps me today, and that gives me my self-confidence, my evolution as a person. He helped me. My husband helped me. Thank you, fucking Ed. And we would joke about that. You know, I'm going to tell you something. We would today, he would probably joke with me about that. Would you ever thought? Just remember, you know, because that's what it is between us. It was a love-hate relationship. And still at moments is, right? Oh, shitballs. What a time. Life is definitely full of fucking surprises. Oh, man, is it ever. But, you know, it's crazy the way life works out. It's crazy the journeys we all have. You know, why do we have them? Why do they do, you know, it's just really fucking interesting the way life works. And my story is quite one, let me tell you. But I'm here. I couldn't have written a better script of my life, you know. I couldn't have written a perfect ending. And hopefully I can continue to do this for a long time. Hopefully I can make it 3 more years past my mom and further, you know. Hopefully Ed will allow us to prosper more and more and grow and become, you know, keep coming, keep growing, keep being us, keep showing our banter and making fun of ourselves and making you laugh. You know, when people tell me every day that they look forward to laughing, they wake up wanting to see something, and when they say you never fail to make me laugh, I want to do that.
Your comments sometimes are the best things I ever read, you know, when I do those stupid filters, to have fun because I want to laugh, you know, and I think to myself, what are people, they love these filters. And, you know, that one that I did today was kooky. I mean, what the fuck was that? I don't know. But I want to make you laugh. I want to try to start your day off on a good note. My banter videos are the same thing. That's the same purpose that Dan and I want you to do. We want you to laugh at that. We want you to be like, ugh, sounds familiar. You know, girl, I get you. Man, aren't they, you know, frustrating. And to make fun of it. We want you laughing. That makes us happy. Bye, Emily. Love you. That's what we love to do. So it makes me giggle. It makes me smile when I see sweet messages. And, you know, you know, accolades are always nice, right? We all really function great with, hi, Cindy. You know, the daily accolades are great. It's a great boost of, you know, serotonin and, you know, makes you realize that, you know, I am special. But I don't need them. You know, I'm not doing this for, you know, people say, oh, you just want attention. You know, well, I mean, I guess. I mean, when you put yourself on social media, you are going to get attention. I mean, obviously, right? But I don't do it for the attention. I didn't do it for the attention. I don't know what the fuck I did it for, but it helped with whatever I did it for, you know? However, I don't look for reassurance from people or validity. I don't need validation. You know, people, that's a new thing that people were talking about lately is they're like, you know, she has to put this shit on for validity to validate herself and her feelings. No. I don't need people to tell me and to blow sunshine up my ass. This is not why I'm here. This is not my purpose. You know, do I enjoy hearing nice things? Of fucking course. Everybody enjoys hearing nice things once a day. I don't need it. I'm not doing it for people to say, oh my God, you're great. Oh my God, you're a great caregiver. Because we all know I don't believe I'm great. We all know that I believe I am like everybody else, just trying to move along and get through the day as peaceful as I can. I validate myself. Because really, at the end of the day, validation from yourself is the most important. I believe in myself. Even in those moments that I'm not doing a good job, I still believe in myself. And I still know that I'm still walking the walk and talking the talk. I've realized that it doesn't take perfection to be a caregiver. It takes getting up every day and repeating. It's fucking Groundhog's Day every day. I can literally write the script every day to almost the exact time. Being there, waking up and still doing your job, you're doing it. You're doing it. Good night, B. You're doing it. And if you can smile once or twice throughout the day, it's pretty fucking good. I'll even take once. But you all make me smile. Your comments make me smile. Your comments make me giggle. So I know I'm getting some giggles in. And if I can make anybody smile and giggle, I know I'm one step closer into helping you throughout your day. Cindy, Taylor told me to listen to me, and so I went, oh good, you're welcome. I like that. And that's what friends are for, you know, venting, being able to rack things, throw things out, and have help from friends. And I think in this community that we have built, in our TikTok and our YouTube, we have built such a great circle of friends, support that everybody needs. The extra support goes a long way. The extra support comes in handy sometimes. You all are very loved, important to me. Don't you ever forget it. Especially when I'm going off on trolls and bringing up some of those, ignorances that are out there in life. I'm doing it to prove my points. I'm doing it to help me cope. I'm doing it to teach you guys that, see, what I'm saying is kind of valid. Look at what I just said. Did they not hear me? That's closed-mindedness. And this is where I was. Everything I talk about is something I'm dealing with now, something that I'm struggling with, or something that I have dealt with in the past. It's my real truth. And most of us are in the same forward motion with dealing with something similar. I will, Mary. I got you, girl. Don't ever forget I need you guys. This smile is because of you. Hi, Dak. This smile is for making me believe in myself, and this smile helps me, and you guys hold me accountable. You guys. You guys help me believe in myself, and I'm trying to return their favor. I'm still learning. I don't think we ever stop, right? I don't think we ever stop learning. Because I think if we stop learning, we become stuck. And I don't ever want to be stuck. I don't ever want to feel stuck again. Because I did for a very long time. I feel like the world is my oyster. I feel like I can tackle anything. I feel like I can handle anything. And I like feeling that way. Life is a journey, not a destination. I mean, eventually we get to the final destination, but I would like to live a lot longer than meeting it a lot sooner. Isn't that a movie? I did this with my mother, so I know it's not easy. You want to scream and then you calm down so it's normal. But here the thing is Michelle, do we ever calm down? Thanks, Lee. It's from my friend Colin. My baby cakes. And I was thinking about that too. That's the problem with my mind. It's ADHD, and I don't ever stop thinking about things that we've talked about, things that I read, things that, I kind of, that are, make me go, huh? I don't think throughout the day we ever have a moment to where we can catch our breath. I know in my instance, once I start the frustration snowball and the irritation snowball, I don't ever calm down until I close my eyes. And sometimes even then, my mind's still going. The agitation for Ed. Now, I don't know how other people are, but the agitation for Ed is short-lived, right? Or it just builds for him. And if we're not doing well, right, if Dan and I aren't doing well, and we can't reset as quickly as him, then his ball keeps going too until we settle down. But that's not always easy. That's not always easy. I can't always snap back when I'm fucking irritated. I can't always calm down. Sometimes I can't. And so for those caregivers, I get you. And then we're running, on this, level all day long because we know. Hot damn. It's not easy. It's not easy, guys. And the reality is I don't always get a break and some semblance of relaxation throughout the day because it's a constant battle. It's a constant battle. It's a constant battle of talking to myself. It's a constant battle of trying to talk myself off the ledge, trying to keep my cool, because, you know, at the end of the day, if I lose my cool, Ed will be harder for me. But it's not easy, you know. People write to me all the time, you know, with their great words of wisdom. All you need is love and patience. No shit. I mean, you don't think I know that? All you need is love and patience. The love's always there, but the patience is hard to come by. The patience is not always there. I hate that. I hate when people tell me to be patient. You don't think I know I need to be patient? You don't think I'm struggling to find it every minute of the day? It's not that easy. And I always say, when you think it's that easy, and when you think your solution is the easiest, well, duh. No, it's not. You have to cater to individuals that minds are always changing. They're always resetting. Patience is a virtue. Patience you can't buy at the local five and dime or Nordy's. It's not there. But it is not easy to have patience all day long. And if you think it is, then you have never done this job. Ever. And for those of you to tell me to not joke with Ed, to not talk to him loud, to not do those things, to not tell him to sit down and to treat him like a child, you've never done this job then. Garbage man. It is not for the faint of heart. I don't believe everybody has a day of perfect patience. Hi, Frogman. And when you tell me you have it, and you've never talked to your family member in a certain way, you're full of shit. Or you really haven't been there all day with them. Yeah, it has gotten harder. We've all struggled with it. Even Dan, you know, he's tired. You know, it's normal to feel that way. It's normal to feel conflicted. It's normal to not want to do it. It's normal to say, enough, get out of my room right now. I am not talking to you.
Are you talking to me?
That's reality. We're talking about,
Me?
no, caregivers and being frustrated and not being happy and not having patience all day long. And, you know, that's the reality of it. And getting no breaks. I mean, you're feeling it more. I can tell by your reactions. You know, it's hard. It's not easy. And the people who say they've never talked to their parents that way or whatever, I'm saying is full of shit, because that's not reality.
How do you talk to your parents?
Huh?
What kind of talk? What are you talking about?
Well, I can't talk to my parents because my parents don't talk back.
I'm saying, what do you mean by talk? You mean like frustration?
Yeah.
Go sit down?
Go sit down. People get on me all the time when I say go sit down. Treat them like a dog. Animal. He's bored. No shit. We know he's bored.
There are trade-offs in caregiving, right? We can't entertain him 24/7. That he could go to a place where they have activities once a day for, someone comes in, they play trivia, all staring off into space for 45 minutes, and there's going to be boredom, and it's a trade-off, and we can't do it all day long. His personal assistant all day long. We have to make, when he needs it, we got to be there. We have to stop what we're doing. But when he's just repetitive or just bored, we got to get our stuff done. You got to make this dinner. You got to get him lunch, all
And
the
then
other things you have
what
to do.
people say? Well,
What?
pay somebody to sit with him.
Well, that wouldn't work because he would not want that person. He would still want to know what's
He
going
would
on.
still follow us around.
He would. He would not stay with a ranger if we were there. If we were gone, and that would be a different story. Hi, Rita. That would be totally, just a different scenario. And sure, he'd adjust the best he could, but this is what makes him happy, is to be with his family. You've gone live for 90 minutes. TikTok's telling you to take a break.
They always say
TikTok cares about its creators. Look at that. TikTok's saying, hey, man,
that. They're saying share the algorithms with other people.
you've been on a long time. Go take a break.
It's okay. I gotta go anyway because
Don't
I've got
kill
cupping.
yourself. What?
I've got cupping.
Wonderful.
Dennis is on his way too. So anywho. Yeah, and that's the thing is that, we can hire a night nurse. We could hire, and waste
someone to come in for a couple hours.
and waste all of his money now when he doesn't necessarily need it, and not have it when he gets in a time where he does. But if we're home, he wouldn't listen to anybody but us anyway. That's the thing. And the night nurse, you should see when Andrew's walking around at night. He gets pissed off at Andrew, who's his family member. Imagine if it was a stranger in here. It'd do well. Those are all easy solutions. But again, easy solutions aren't always the way. And if it seems too easy, it won't work. Again, we are the professionals of ed. We know what works for him. We know what tone to use with him. We know when to be direct and to the point. We tell him to sit down for his safety because of his walking. There's multiple times a day when he's walking around aimlessly, he trips. We catch him or he catches himself. That's why we love you, Alex. That's why we tell him to sit down for his safety. Not because of any other thing.
That's exactly right. It is not, we don't give a damn if he's walking around. It's that every time he's walking around, I'm on eggshells. I'm nervous. I'm nervous if he's walking around because he's one fall away from being gone, or breaking his head or his arm or his hip or his knee.
And it's like a kid that runs out in the, in the parking lot.
When he's sitting, I know he's safe.
Yeah. And it's like that one video I had of him finding him in the kitchen and using the knife, and people didn't like my reaction. The reaction is the same as I would have done if my kid was running out in the parking lot. What are you doing? His hands don't work the right way. He's got, was I there the other day? I think, did I post it? And I said rigor mortis. He's got arthritis and his one little slip and his finger would have been cut, and he's on blood thinners. So yes, I'm gonna react when he's doing something that he shouldn't be doing, because that's reaction, that's emotion, that is raw, scared, terrifying emotion. What are you doing? Put the knife down. You don't use a knife. It's the same thing I would have done with my kids. Because that's my job, is to protect him. Right? So you've never yelled at your kids when they picked up a knife or anything wrong or ran out in the parking lot? It's the same way. It's the same thing. It's the same reaction. What are you doing? We don't do that. Because I was scared. Just like him walking around the house. It's scared when I tell him to sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Because I can't relax until he sits down. Scary. It's scary. Being a caregiver to a 90, almost 2 dementia man is scary. I've been through those falls. I've been through those injuries. And I can't do them. Thanks, Betty. I can't do them. I don't want to see blood, y'all. I pass out. I can't do it. I can't do it. I won't do it. I'm still going to scream and react because that's my motherly nature. What the fuck? Oh, shit balls. Anyway, can't please everybody, and that's for damn sure. You know, the only person I seek validation from is myself. Because that's really all that matters, is if I turn off these cameras and I feel good about what I've talked about, my truth, then I know I am okay. You know, I am doing the best I can, and I stand by everything I do and or say, because I ain't perfect. I am perfectly imperfect, and there's no other way to be. There you have it. Anyway, remember, you are perfect. No, we're not. You are important. You are worthy. And you matter. And your feelings are just that, yours. I hate when people try to tell me how to feel because they don't know. And it's not my place. It's their place. It's my shit. It's my feelings. And nobody puts a title on them but me. So you guys appreciate yourselves, appreciate everything you do, and hold true to yourselves. That's all we can do. And spread love and kindness as always, and try to be the best version of you. There you guys have it. I love you guys. I'll see you later. TikTok subscribers, I might be on a little bit later because today is Tuesday. Love you guys. See you soon. Bye, YouTubies. See you later, alligator.